For more than a century and a half, the Ku Klux Klan has been one of America's most infamous symbols of hate. Born in the ashes of the Civil War, its white hoods and burning crosses came to represent a campaign of terror against Black Americans, immigrants, Jews, Catholics, and anyone who stood for equality. But in 2025, what remains of the Ku Klux Klan? Are its members still marching under those hoods? Or has the organization been left behind by a new generation of extremists? In this video, we'll uncover the current status of the KKK, its membership, its ideology, its activities, and the lasting impact it still has on American life. We'll trace how the Klan evolved through history, explore where it exists today, and analyze how its ideas have survived in modern extremist movements. This isn't a story about the past. It's a story about how the ghosts of America's oldest hate group still echo through its present. Historical background. The Ku Klux Klan was founded in 1865 in Pulaski, Tennessee, by 6 Confederate veterans. What began as a fraternal club quickly turned violent, a secret army designed to restore white control after the Confederacy's defeat. Through the late 1860s, Klan members rode by night, wearing hoods to conceal their identities as they terrorized freed Black Americans, burned homes, and murdered those who sought to exercise newly granted rights. The federal government responded with the Enforcement Acts and the Ku Klux Klan Act of 1871, laws that gave federal authorities the power to arrest and prosecute Klan members. By the mid-1870s, federal pressure, internal division, and public disgust nearly destroyed the first Klan. But the idea didn't die. It resurfaced in 1915, inspired by The Birth of a Nation, a film that romanticized hooded Klansmen as defenders of white virtue. This second Klan grew into a national movement, claiming up to 4 million members. It wasn't confined to the South. It reached Indiana, Ohio, and Oregon, wielding political influence and targeting Catholics, Jews, and immigrants, along with African Americans. By the 1930s, scandals and public outrage eroded the organization again. Yet a third wave rose in the 1950s and 60s, the Civil Rights era, when Klan members bombed churches, assassinated activists, and attacked marchers demanding equality. These decades cemented the KKK's image as domestic terrorists. Federal prosecutions and lawsuits crushed the Klan's open power by the 1980s, but as history has shown, extremism rarely vanishes. It mutates. Current state of the KKK. So, where is the Klan now? According to data compiled by organizations like the Southern Poverty Law Center and the Anti-Defamation League, today's Ku Klux Klan is a fractured shadow of its former self. Membership is estimated between 3,000 and 6,000 people, scattered across perhaps 2 to 3 dozen small groups nationwide. Compare that to the millions who once marched publicly in the 1920s, and the decline is staggering. The Klan no longer operates as a single, unified organization. Instead, there are independent factions, each calling itself the Real Klan. Among the most recognized names are the Loyal White Knights of the Ku Klux Klan, based in North Carolina, the Knights Party, the successor to David Duke's 1970s group, the Imperial Klans of America, once based in Kentucky, and smaller offshoots like the Keystone Knights and Church of the American Knights. Each faction has its own leadership, ceremonies, and imperial wizard, but most are tiny, sometimes fewer than a dozen active participants. Geographically, Klan activity remains most visible in the Deep South, particularly parts of Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, and Mississippi, as well as isolated chapters in Ohio, Indiana, and Pennsylvania. Some appear in rural Appalachian communities where economic hardship and cultural isolation persist. Modern Klan ideology still revolves around white supremacy, Christian identity, and nativism, the belief that true Americans are white, Protestant, and native-born. But the rhetoric has shifted. Today, many Klan groups avoid overt slurs, speaking instead about heritage, defending Western civilization, or standing up for the white race. It's a strategic rebranding, using coded language to attract sympathizers while avoiding immediate legal or social backlash. Online, the Klan competes with newer extremist movements, neo-Nazis, patriot militias, and accelerationist groups, all vying for attention and recruits. To younger extremists, the Klan's robes and rituals can seem outdated, even embarrassing. As a result, some of its members migrate into other hate networks that share similar beliefs but operate under different names. Still, the Klan endures because its mythology endures, built on nostalgia for a lost America, resentment over demographic change, and fear of losing racial privilege. In interviews, former members often describe the Klan not as an organization of power, but as a symbol of identity, a way for isolated individuals to feel part of a cause, however delusional or destructive. So while its numbers are small, the Klan's symbolic influence far outweighs its size. Activities and public presence. Unlike in past decades, the KKK rarely stages large public rallies. Its activities today are often small-scale, but still disturbing. The most common form of outreach is flyer distribution. Members print cheaply made leaflets warning against immigration, promoting white pride, or recruiting new followers. These are stuffed into plastic bags with small rocks and thrown onto driveways or lawns in the dead of night. In 2025, such flyers have appeared in Kentucky, Ohio, Texas, and Virginia, sparking outrage and police investigations. Occasionally, small Klan rallies still take place, often in defense of Confederate monuments or during moments of racial tension. These gatherings usually draw more counter-protesters than Klan supporters and are heavily policed to prevent violence. Another enduring ritual is the cross burning. Although rare and often illegal, some factions continue to hold cross lightings on private property, claiming it symbolizes faith, though historically it served as an unmistakable act of intimidation. The digital age has also changed how the Klan communicates. Many groups maintain basic websites or password-protected forums. They share propaganda through encrypted messaging apps or fringe social platforms after being banned from mainstream ones. Recruitment today often overlaps with online conspiracy spaces, QAnon-adjacent forums, anti-government sovereign citizen networks, or white nationalist chat rooms. Still, the Klan's online presence pales beside more modern hate groups that exploit meme culture and viral marketing. In the social media era, the Klan feels like a relic. But that doesn't mean it's harmless. Its name and imagery continue to inspire intimidation, threats, and hate crimes carried out by others. In January 2025, police in Kentucky responded to flyers threatening immigrants signed KKK. In Cincinnati that summer, neighborhoods woke to similar leaflets, sparking citywide condemnation. Even when these acts involve only a handful of people, their purpose is psychological: to remind marginalized communities that hate still lurks nearby. Each appearance of the Klan, no matter how small, serves as a grim reminder. The past is never fully past. Public perception and response. Public opinion toward the Ku Klux Klan is overwhelmingly negative. Polls show that fewer than 1% of Americans express even partial sympathy for the organization. To most citizens, the Klan is a historical disgrace, a reminder of racial terror that belongs in museums, not on streets. Yet, despite near universal condemnation, its imagery continues to haunt American culture. The hood, the robe, the burning cross, these remain among the most feared symbols in US history. Organizations like the Southern Poverty Law Center and the Anti-Defamation League closely monitor remaining Klan factions. Their editorials track hate incidents, issue public warnings, and support victims of racist intimidation. Law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, categorize the KKK under the broader banner of domestic terrorism. Modern hate crime statutes, anti-masking laws, and conspiracy charges give prosecutors stronger tools to dismantle groups involved in violence. On the local level, community response is crucial. In towns where Klan flyers have appeared, residents often organize counter-rallies, interfaith vigils, and educational events about racism and history. Local officials use these moments to reaffirm inclusivity, turning acts of hate into opportunities for solidarity. There are also powerful legal precedents. In the 1980s, a civil lawsuit by the mother of lynching victim Michael Donald bankrupted one of the largest Klan organizations of its time, the United Klans of America. That victory showed how financial accountability can cripple hate groups, even without mass arrests. But the larger challenge is ideological. The KKK's open power has faded, but its ideas about racial hierarchy, nationalism, and grievance continue to resurface in new guises. Whether through online radicalization, militia rhetoric, or mainstream dog whistles, the emotional fuel is often the same. Countering that requires more than policing. It demands education, empathy, and awareness. Communities that invest in diversity programs, anti-bias training, and historical literacy are less vulnerable to recruitment efforts by extremist movements. Public rejection of the Klan remains one of the few points of consensus in a polarized nation, a sign that, at least on this issue, moral clarity endures. From the ashes of the Civil War to the digital feeds of the 21st century, the Ku Klux Klan has transformed, from a powerful paramilitary force to a fragmented network of fringe extremists. Its numbers have collapsed, its public presence has nearly vanished, and its political influence has evaporated. Yet the Klan's legacy, the idea that whiteness should rule, continues to ripple through America's social fabric. Today's Klan is small, secretive, and desperate for relevance. But it remains dangerous because hate doesn't need an army to do harm. It needs only a symbol and an audience. And the Klan's symbols are deeply embedded in the nation's memory. To understand where the KKK stands now is to understand how prejudice evolves, how it mutates into new forms whenever society lets its guard down. By studying its past and confronting its present, we ensure that its ideology has no future. Because the story of the Klan isn't just about hate. It's about resistance, resilience, and the ongoing fight to make the United States live up to its promise of equality. If this video helped you better understand the KKK's place in America today, please like and share it to spread awareness. Subscribe for more in-depth explorations of history, extremism, and social change. And in the comments, tell us, what surprised you most about the Klan's evolution? How can communities confront hate before it grows again? The conversation matters, because confronting hate begins with knowledge, and that starts with you.